Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 2 of making armor at home. This is me shaping the helmet, so you just see kind of hammering it out a little bit. That right there is my stump that I'm using to hammer it on. I'm also just using like a cheap plastic hammer. But yeah, that stump I used using an angle grinder. Just kind of dished it out a little bit. There's a smaller hole on the other side that I don't ever really use. I made it for smaller holes, but it didn't really work out very well. But I use this one pretty often, so if you do want to do this at home, you probably might want one of these just to help out. It's overall a pretty useful tool in creating like dish surfaces, which there's a lot of in armor. So it's just really helpful to have and be able to use. I'd probably gotta make it deeper at some point, so I could like do a little bit more, because it's kind of getting flat with the sides getting pounded out and everything. But also, if you can have a raised surface, like a I don't know, an old shot put or something, you can like pound metal around. That's even better. Also, I looked toward the bottom of the screen. Now you'll see a bug run across the surface. I don't know, it's just something I saw in the recording. But yeah, no, this is really useful. I use them for my pauldrons. They're in the initial video. You can see those. I think they turned out pretty good. They're pretty strong. When you hammer on metal like this and it gets all those little ridges, you can see it actually gives the metal strength instead of being like all flat and flimsy. It has a lot more strength than what it had before. It's also kind of surprising to me that this little hammer, like it's really cheap and light, but I guess being plastic, that actually helps like with really thin metal. So if you use like a ball peen hammer, that's what I was doing before I got this hammer. The ball peen, like it really dents the metal a lot, and then you have to like planish it and stuff. And I don't have a planishing hammer that I really work well. The metal's not really thick enough or heavy enough that I can really planish it effectively. It'll just reshape it. So it's kind of nice having the lighter hammer that just kind of does a broader impact and a real sharp, deep one. So that honestly works pretty well. And if you use thin metal, I would suggest using a hammer with a broader surface rather than a ball peen that's going to leave really deep dents that are going to be hard to get out. So yeah, just I guess little tips like that go a long way. Here I am. This metal is really thin enough, so I can really just kind of bend it with my hands to a degree if the hammer isn't really getting where I want it to. But yeah, it's just kind of a work of time that requires a little time. I think this took like an hour to do both of these pieces, which I wasn't really expecting to take that long, but actually it wasn't quite an hour. I don't know. I had to do I had to repair a strap on my chest plate before this, and that took a while. That took way longer than it should have. I was just dealing with leather and everything like that. But yeah, this is just shaping the helmet, and I'll kind of cut to the end here. I won't bore you with the rest of this footage, but as you can see, I'm starting to kind of compare the two hemispheres. I'm going to be welding those two together, hopefully. I hope it'll weld well enough. It's really thin metal, so I guess we'll see how that goes. But I'm making like a visored barbute, something like for honor or something. I just thought that'd be cool and to make and whatever else. But so yeah, you can see I'm trying to compare those halves, trying to like get them to line up a little bit better. I'll have to go over the final stuff later, but for now, a rough shape will do, and I'll have to tack weld it and then try to weld it. My dad's got a MIG welder, so hopefully that'll work. But I think those actually lined up pretty well. I feel like I did a pretty good job cutting them out, so they were pretty much identical, so which helped a lot. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to weld those together and then cut it out, put a visor on it, and call it good. But thanks for watching this pretty long video. It's by today's standards, but yeah, thanks for watching, and let me know what we want to see next in the comments.